Hi everybody, welcome along. This is our third circuit from Atrium. Hope you're all doing well. As always, we're going to make sure that we work within our own level. There are 3 options for you on every station. An easier one, an intermediate, and a harder one, so choose the one that you want. Make sure you chop and change as well, so you don't have to do all the easy options or the intermediate or hard. Choose it by the station itself, okay? I want you to bear in mind your Rpe scale as well, so let's have a quick look at that. So in our warm-up we're going to do in a moment, we're going to aim for around about the 10 mark. Just breathing a little bit harder. Remember, we're trying to get the blood pumping, get the circulation going, warm the joints, warm the muscles. And then as we go into our main workout, we're aiming for around about the 13 mark, 12, 13 mark, okay? So around somewhat hard. Say hello to the team, they're all here. Say hi everybody. Full of enthusiasm today. So we'll just give ourselves a minute or so for everybody to come on board. Say hello when you come on board as well. So drop us a little comment to let us know who's watching, who's viewing. And remember, this is going to be on Facebook. Although it's coming out live, you'll be able to flick back through it and see it at a later date as well. So if you need to get anything ready, you can pause it now and then pick it back up again, or you can watch it again later and do your circuit at a time that suits yourself. From next week, we've got one on Wednesday evening. Yeah, Wednesday evening at 6:15 next week. So if you want to join us for an evening one next week, you're more than welcome to. 6:15 Wednesday next week, which will be the 17th of June, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so let's get ourselves going with the warm-up firstly. So back over to the team. So if you just want to march on the spot for me, folks. Now, I want you to think about your posture here. So stand nice and tall for me. Lift an extra inch between your ribs and your hips. So stand a little bit taller as you raise those up, raise the shoulders up. Lift your shoulders up, back and down, and gently squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay, so this is our normal posture. This is where we should be. In everyday life, what we tend to do is slump forward a little bit and round those shoulders out, lengthening the muscles at the back and shortening the muscles in our chest, and we actually want it the other way around. So think about that posture the whole time. Chin parallel with the floor, eyes to the front. Imagine a piece of string pulling you tall from your head, and then that piece of string is also attached to the 2 corners of your mouth, so it pulls those up to a smile. That's better. Blimey, it looks like you're being tortured. Hasn't even started yet. Okay, from there, let's have some little digs of the heels in front. Make sure you place the heel down onto the floor. Don't take the whole foot down. Brilliant. And then bring that back into your march, but put some swings in there for me as well. A couple of quick hellos for you to say to everybody. After 3, say hello to Leslie. 1, 2, 3. And then say hello to Jeanette as well. After 3, 1, 2. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, welcome on board. They're both saying hi. Anybody else who's on, come and say hello to us. It'd be good to know that you're here. Put a swing of those arms in for me as well. Drive from your shoulders. So we're mobilizing the shoulder here. You'll notice that everybody is still keeping their 2-meter distance. They have washed, but they're observing social distancing. Lovely. Okay, and think about your foot placement. Down onto the ball of the foot, rolling through to the heels. From there, take it a little bit wide for me. Jeanette says hi, by the way. And take a little movement from side to side. So shift the weight from side to side. Yep, push your weight down through your heels and push back up as you come back into the central position. Hold it in the center there for me. And do a trunk twist to the side. Little pause in the center and come back to the side. 2 more hellos for you to say after 3. Say hello to Steve. 1, 2, 3. And say hello to Tony after 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go, look. Brilliant. Okay, from there, pause in the center and take one hand down towards your knee. Other one coming up towards your hip, and then change side. Little pause in the middle for me. Excellent. And then come back into your march with your arms swinging through as well. So swing those arms through for me. And then make sure you've got some room out to the side. You're going to take the arms out to the side and back in. Okay? So if you're struggling for room, do one arm, turn around and do the other arm. Take as many steps as you need to turn. Brilliant. Okay, from there, come back down into your march and kick your heels up towards your bum. Kicking your heels into your bum. That's it. Keeping that posture strong. Say hi to George, everybody. Hi, George. Good. He says hello, everybody. Good job. Excellent. From there, bring it into a knee lift. And then if you feel comfortable with it, take your opposite hand across to that knee. Say hi to Tracy and Steve. Hi, Tracy. Say hello to Boris. Lovely. Okay, now if you can, take your forearm across to the knee rather than just your hand. So a little bit more of a twist. Excellent. And then bring it back down into your march. Take your arms out to the side and circle those arms. Make sure you've got room. If you haven't got a great deal of room, you can bring them down at sort of 45 degrees. I don't know why I'm doing that, because you can't see me. I could be doing anything here, couldn't I? Okay, from there, hold on to something if you need to, and take one leg out to the side and back in. So if you need to hold on to a wall, hold on to a wall. So we've got various options here for you. Look, placing a hand on the wall, placing a finger. Those who've got really good balance there, going for it. The important thing is to make sure that you stay upright. You don't let yourself tip over. So stay upright as you take that leg out. And then change to the other side for me. Brilliant. Couple more. Couple more for look. Couple more because it's nearly July. And march it out again for me. Lovely job. Okay, from there you're going to step forward into a bit of a lunge. So we're going to step forward and lunge. Let me come sideways on so you can see. Now, look at your foot placement here. So we'll have a look at Lou. Heel goes down first. Rolls through to the ball of the foot and then powers back up through that front foot. Excellent. Posture is upright. Change to the leg if you haven't already. If you want to be alternating leg every time, you can. And again, various levels. So you don't have to come really down deep. You take it to where you feel comfortable with, okay? Work within your own limits. And remember, we're aiming for that around about the 10 mark on our Rpe scale. So don't go too hard. There's plenty of that to come later. Okay, hold it there, bring it back into a march for me. Excellent. Okay, take the arms into a swimming motion. How are we doing for time? Brilliant, keep going for me, keep going. And then take it to a backstroke. So we mobilize the shoulders both ways. Brilliant. And then bring it down for me and just roll your shoulders backwards. Nice and controlled, lifting the shoulders towards the ears, pulling them back and bringing the shoulder blades together. Now this puts us back into our ideal postural position. Get the neck nice and straight, so let your chin come back a little bit, line up through the back of your neck and through your spine. Excellent. From there, come back into your heel kicks behind, up towards your bum. Brilliant. Keep going. And then bring your knee lifts back in for me. That's it, good job. Okay, from there, come back into a march, and let's make that march a bit bigger. Really swing those arms forward and back. Focus on your shoulder though, so focus on that movement through the shoulder joint, really mobilizing through those. You're gonna need those shoulders in a minute. As always, we have 7 stations for you today, and there'll be 3 option levels, so a starting level, an easier level, an intermediate level, and a harder level. I'm not going to say an easy level, because it's not easy, but it's easier. Okay, brilliant job. And from there, just hold on again if you need to, swing the leg forward and back. And if you can, as you swing back, try and scrape that foot along the floor. Can you hear? There we go. Lovely. And then change your other leg for me. Staying nice and upright. So again, we're not swinging forward or backwards. Excellent. That's it. Good job. Good job. Okay. Come back in, march it out. And let's just make sure we warm our calves up as well. So we're going to come up onto the balls of the feet and lower. Just up and down. Brilliant. Again, hold on if you need to. Sometimes just a finger placement will be enough if you feel at all unbalanced. So just placing your finger lets your body know where you are. Part of your proprioception, so it allows you to know where you are. Helps you with your balance. Okay, from there, take it down to a little knee lift form, not knee lift, knee bend for me. So a little knee bend down and up. Excellent. And then we're going to put the two together. So you're going to come down into a knee lift, knee bend, and then push up onto the toes. If you want to just do 1 foot at a time on those heel lifts, you can. So you can come down and just raise one, and then onto the other side. So you just really warm into those calves. Excellent. Okay, and then march it out again. Have a good strong march to finish this off. This brings us to the end of our warm-up. We started just before 11, so you've done about 13, 14 minutes of warming up. All right, we're going to go on to station 1. So station 1 is our wall sit today. All you need is a wall. That's all you need for this. Possibly a bit of a weight if you want to. Big tin of beans, something like that. So we have our easy option. We have our intermediate option and we have our harder option. So a quick look at our our easier level. And then over here, we've got our intermediate level with Jack. And then Lou is sat down in our top level. Okay, so a minute on the clock. Let's go. So, sitting against the wall here, feet flat on the floor. Have a look at Lou there, look. Holding that out, shoulder height. Great position there, great technique. Knees in line with heels and in line with hips. There's Jack. Brilliant. Okay, so again, you can see with all of them, they are keeping their feet flat on the floor and they're sitting against that wall. And it's a matter of which height you want to come to now. If you want to have a rest partway through, you've already done 35 seconds, you can. You can change position at any point in time. Lou is just holding it there, look, like a rock. Look at that. No movement whatsoever. And over here on our easy level, I nearly went to someone then who was having a rest. Onto our easier level there. There we go. So we're almost there. Come on, last 5 seconds. You can do this, folks. Okay, and stop there for me. Brilliant job. Well done. Move on to your next station. So our next station is going to be our shoulder press. Now, before we go on to our shoulder press, say a quick hello to Audrey, everybody.
Hello, Audrey.
There we go. Hi, Audrey. Welcome on board. So this is our shoulder press. We have easy option. Over here, just using our body weight and resisting against it ourselves. We have intermediate. There we go. There's Nathan doing the intermediate with some weight, shoulder height up, and here he is, the man machine himself. Sorry, back to Nathan, sorry. There we go, Lee is your harder option. Okay, you can see it's slower, and also have a look at his feet. Look, he's in a split stance. Brilliant. Okay, so are you ready? Choose your position, whichever one you want. This is our shoulder press, a minute, and let's go. So, here we have a look. Shoulders are coming down to level with the shoulders, then pushing back up and resisting against that weight as you do. So, even without weight, you're able to put a bit of resistance in there. Split stance here with Nathan, look, but both feet are down onto the floor. So there's your difference between that and the harder level. Harder level is here. Have a look at that split stance. Now, if you want to change leg at any point in time on those split stance, you can. Okay, especially on this harder one, where you're working a little bit harder into that back leg, and you're going to feel it into your calf a little bit on that back leg. Keep going, folks. You have 20 seconds left. Good job. Working. It's my pleasure, John. My pleasure. You're all working really, really hard. That's it. Focus on the technique, standing tall. Work you through. Look at that concentration. I think it's concentration. Anyway, there you are. You're done. You're done. Stop there for me. We're going to move on to our third station. And our third station is mountain climbers. So, we have the easier option here, intermediate, and our harder option. So our easier option is here. There we go. There's Ollie, look. Leaning against the wall, bringing the knees up towards level with his hip. Our intermediate option. Are you the hard level? That's okay. Here's the intermediate level, sorry. There we go. So, leaning forward onto something. Now get a stable chair to do this on. Make sure whatever you're using is stable that you're leaning on. And there we have, look, down onto his elbows. And that little bit faster there from Ben. Okay, so get yourself ready to go. A minute and off we go. So, here look, leading into the wall, the feet are coming back down onto the floor flat. So ball of the foot comes down first, rolls through to the heel before the other foot is picked up. Here we have Rich with his support, and he is bringing his knees up again towards his elbows, towards his chest. Yep. A little bit faster here from Ben, and down onto his elbows. Now, with these second two, as I say, make sure you have a stable base to work from, okay? So a good quality chair, and if you're using a dining room chair to hold on to, you might want to push at least midway into the chair. Don't push necessarily onto the front of it. You could also use the stairs. So you could come up to about third or fourth step. You may not have as much motion with your knees, though. Another option would be the dining room table or the work surface into the kitchen. Think about things that are going to be the right height for you. Keep breathing throughout and keep that posture good and strong. So try and keep that back nice and straight. That's your minute. Good job, guys. Well done. Moving on. Station number 4. This is our jumping jacks. And it had to happen, didn't it? There we go, look. There is jumping jack. Okay, so we have our easier level, which is Lou. Yep. And Lou is doing a half jack. So we're taking one foot out to the side, bringing it back in, arms coming up. And the foot placement there, look, is down onto the toes only. Intermediate option is jump. Look at that. Okay, so have a look. Foot placement again. Down onto the ball of the foot first, rolls through to the heels. A little slight pause there before he comes back in. Knees staying bent. And jack is our harder option. Speedier. Okay, again, have a look at the feet. So this is really important. You're coming down onto the ball of the foot, rolling through to the heel. So we're limiting the impact up through our knees. Okay, are we ready, folks? Get yourself set and let's go. Lovely. Okay, so have a look at the posture here as well. So posture is nice and strong and tall. Feet are the really important part here. We're coming down onto the toes and ball of the foot. Rolling through to the heels when we've got that impact in there. On your half option, you stay onto the balls of the foot. Keeping going and keeping breathing. So remember to breathe. A tip for you, you might want to count this so that you make sure you're breathing. If we're counting, we can't hold our breath, which is something that tends to happen quite often. Lovely. Keep the head nice and level. We're almost there. Look, we're down to the last 20 seconds. Take a rest if you need to, or bring it down to a lower level. Choice is yours. But stay active. Don't just stop, okay? Even if you stop, keep something moving, feet-wise. All right? So it could be a march on the spot. Say with this one, the ideal thing is come down to those half jacks. And there's your minute. Great job, everybody. Okay, moving on to station number 5. This is your tricep kickbacks. Okay, easy option first. Here's Becky, extending the arms. Now have a look at where the elbows are. They're staying in line with the shoulders. So all of the movement is in the bottom part of her arm. So it isolates into the tricep. Okay, here we are, Lee. So exactly the same motion, but with some weight. Okay, slow and controlled. And then we have Nathan, who has our harder option. And there's that pause there as well, look. So again, have a look. The alignment is straight. The elbows just bend. The shoulders don't move at all. All right, nice straight line through the back, throughout the whole position, whole time. Are we ready? Let's get ourselves set and go. Okay, so a minute of this. So choose your option. Have a look at the foot placement as well. So a wider base of support. So they've come out to about shoulder width with those feet. That gives them a nice wide support. The elbows are staying tucked in. So although the elbows are only bending, have a look where they are in line with the body as well. They're not coming out to the side. They're pointing directly behind you. That's going to enable you to isolate into the upper arm. Back of the upper arm is where you want to feel this. We focus a lot onto our biceps. We do a lot of stuff during the day that utilizes our biceps. We don't do as much with our triceps, but they're just as important. Imagine picking something up off a shelf and bringing it down. Your triceps are going to be involved in that movement. Anything that utilizes a lifting motion, you're going to use your triceps as well. So we need to make sure they're strong. They give you stability in those moves. They're doing brilliantly here, aren't they? Look. They'll smile again in a minute, I promise. There we go. Lovely job. Okay. Great job, guys. Well done. Moving on. And Becky as well, sorry. Not just guys. It's a turn of phrase. It's a turn of phrase. Good job there, everybody. Okay, we're moving on to station number 6. This is our standing reverse fly. Okay, easy option is here. So have a look. Standing tall. Arms about shoulder height and bringing them back. The important thing here is if you have a look in the mirror, look, have a look at the back, the top of Richard's back. The shoulder blades are squeezing together. That's what you're looking for, okay? Intermediate is bent, and there's some weight there as well, look, okay? So a couple of tins of beans if you don't have any weights available. Remember I said last week, a 4-pint bottle filled with water is going to be 2.5 kilograms. So you've got an option there. Bring it down to a 2-pinter or a pinter, you can change the weights. And then we have, excuse me, Ollie, who's our higher option. And there's a pause at the top there, look, okay? So same sort of motion, but a pause. Have a look at the alignment of the back. It's nice and straight. And again, you can see those shoulder blades driving together. Okay, are we ready? Here comes your minute then. So get yourself ready to go, and off we go. Okay, so stand tall. Now, have a look at the difference between these three here, look. Have a look at the feet. So Rich has got his feet moving, which is important. Ollie and Ben haven't. And the reason for that is that they've got weight as well, okay? So they need a bit more stability. Yeah, the other option, difference you'll notice is that both Ollie and Ben are leaning forward slightly, whereas Rich is standing tall. So another reason not to move those feet while you're in that position. Trying to keep those arms moving and straight as you do, take them out to the side, but the elbows are slightly soft. Here, Rich is trying to keep them at shoulder height as well, doing a great job. So that really focuses into the back of those shoulders and the upper back. And this is the bit that, remember we talked about posture. It's those muscles here between your shoulder blades that help as far as that is concerned. And that is your minute. Well done, everybody. Okay, we're moving on to our final station today. And our final station, number 7, is our squat and overhead reach. Okay? So we did a little bit of this in the warm-up, do you remember? We did that little bit of a knee bend and a little bit of a reach upstairs. Do you remember that, John? I'm glad you remember that, John. There was a reason for it, you see. Okay, here we go. So Jack has our easier version here, look. Bending and coming down, feet staying flat on the floor. So have a look at those feet staying flat on the floor, all right? Reaching tall and pushing the bum backwards. Intermediate is our friend here. Forgot his name. No, I haven't really. Lee. I haven't really forgot his name. Lee using weight there, okay? And coming down again towards the floor, reaching tall. Nice fluid movement. And John's in a hurry. Okay? So let's just stay here for the whole minute, shall we? So exactly the same move as we had with Lee, but it's a little bit faster, okay? Even though it's faster though, control it, okay? So don't throw that weight, put some resistance behind it, yeah? So it's controlled movement. Okay, we ready? Let's go. Okay, so feet flat on the floor for all of them, look. All of your options. And with all of them, have a look at that position from the side, okay? So the bum goes back, the heels stay down, and the chest stays lifted. We're not bending in, so we're hip hinging from our hip just to push that bottom back. Knees are coming no further forward than the shoes, all right? So have a look at the trainers, yeah? You can see there Jack is just in line with his trainers. Over here, John, just in line with his shoelaces, look. And although I can't get to the side without getting in the way, you can see the same with Lee there, that he's not actually bringing his knees further forward than he needs to. We're almost there, look, you've got 10 seconds, that's all. And then we have a little break. We keep going. Come on, breathe through it, keep breathing. Good job, everybody. Good job, last second, and you are done. Okay, have a little march on the spot for me. Have a little wonder. That is circuit number 1 done. You have an option to do circuit number 2, so we're going to do it all over again. Exactly the same, but use this time now to have just a little wonder, just have a little walk, have a little march on the spot, anything. So you just keep the heart pumping, giving yourself a little bit of a rest before we go into section 2, circuit number 2. Right, you should feel as though you're out of breath. Get yourself some water as well. Make sure you stay hydrated. If you haven't been drinking throughout the first bit, then make sure you do. Keep yourself hydrated. Say hi to everybody as they come past. So we'll get them to give us a wave, look, as they come past. Hi, Jack, you okay? So don't forget, next week we've got an evening circuit. Hi, John. Good day. An evening circuit for you next week. 6:15 on Wednesday the 17th of June, if you want to join us in the evening. So we can try and... Hiya, Becky, you okay? Hi, Ben. Hi, Richard. Hi, Nathan, you okay? Here comes Lou, look, to say hello to you all. Hi, Lou. And Ollie, bringing up the rear, look. Always save the best for last, don't they, eh? Save the best for last. Lee hasn't been passed yet, though. He's gone for a drink of water. Oh dear. Keep going, everyone. Oh God, what's happening to my phone now? Lovely job, everybody. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so we're coming on now to our second circuit. Right, bear with me a second. On to your second circuit now, so we're back to station number 1. This is going to be our wall sit. So let me get the timer back up. And we'll be ready to go. Okay, so a minute again, and remember we have our 3 options here. Are you ready? Let's go! So, option number 1 again is the easier one, just sitting against that wall. Going to come sideways on. Profile shot there, Becky. But the reason I've done this is have a look at the back, okay? So the back is flat against the wall. That's the important thing. We're not just sticking the bum there. The whole of the back is against that, and we're sitting tall. Same for all 3, look. So as we have a look at Lou, Lou's in that deep position with that ball at shoulder height. Again, sat flat against the wall. And you can see Jack exactly the same, sat against the wall. The feet are flat on the floor. Have a look at that as well. Breathing regularly in through the nose and out through the mouth. And concentration. Look at that concentration. This can really burn into those legs. So if you need to come to a higher level or bring it up, do. If you need to take a rest, okay? But you've only got 2 seconds left, so stick with it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Great job. Well done, everybody. Let's move on to station number 2. Station number 2 is our shoulder press. Remember? And our shoulder press, we have the easier option from John, who's just using body weight. We have Nathan with a split stance and some weight there. Okay, and we have Lee with his split stance, but he's onto the ball of his foot at the back, and it's slower, movement. Slightly heavier weight, is that Lee? Is that a heavier weight? Yeah, it is, isn't it? So he's gone a kilogram heavier, but it's not necessarily about that weight, it's about that stance and that technique. Okay, are we ready? Let's get ourselves ready to go then, and go! Sorry, John. I didn't mean to do that in a Hull accent. Is it Hullian? Hullian accent. Go everybody, go. Go. See, those Thursday evenings spent with John here were well spent learning. Okay, so again, have a look. Nathan in his split stance, but the back foot is down on the floor. Can you see? And the difference there is, if we have a look at Lee, that split stance is up onto the ball of the foot. Now, with those split stance, as last time, change foot if you want to. So if you want to change to the other foot, feel free to do so, okay? Really focus on it and stay nice and tall for me. So again, posture-wise, they're all standing nice and tall. Have a look. Yep. There we go. And have a rest there. Good job, everybody. Well done. Station number 3. This is our mountain climbers. And again, your 3 options. So our easier option was with Ollie, and it's against the wall, feet flat on the floor, bringing the knees up to about hip height. Our intermediate option is Rich, leaning forward into it and pulling it up into about hip height again. And Ben, who's getting ready to run the 100 meters there, look, is down onto his elbows. Okay, you ready? Off we go. So, think about this. It's got squeaky what? Squeaky bench. Oh, thank goodness for that. I wonder what the hell you said then. We've got control here, okay? So it's not out of control. It's a steady, slow, controlled movement. Here, Rich, remember, we've got that firm base to work from, okay? So if you're using a chair, make sure it's a good quality chair. It's something that's substantial. And here, with our higher movement with Ben, we're coming down onto our elbows and our forearms. So there's a little bit of action there. But have a look at the back. He's keeping the back straight. If you start to feel those hips starting to drop, have a rest, reset, and go again, okay? Really focus onto your technique. We need to protect that lower back. Same with Rich here, look. Nice straight line all the way down, from the neck down to the hips. Okay, last couple of seconds, and we are done. We're saying with Ollie exactly the same. Nice straight back, okay? Moving on to station number 4, and this is our jumping jacks. So, Lou Jack 1 here is our half jack. John Jack is our intermediate jack. And Jack Jack is our high jack. Okay, so are we ready? A minute and let's go. So Lou is the half jack, remember. So taking the foot out to the side, toes coming down onto the floor, arms raising up, knees staying soft on the supporting leg. John is our intermediate jack. And here he's placing the feet down onto the floor, landing onto his ball of his foot first, rolling through to his heels. Nice controlled movement. Jack is a little bit faster, a little bit more continuous. So if you notice the difference between John and Jack, there's a little bit of a slower action and a pause there, whereas Jack is just going up and down. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. There we go. Again, down onto the ball of the foot and rolling through to the heels. Great job here, doing really well. I went to do a bit of a relaxed, sort of like an announcer's voice then, didn't I? So here we are in the gym. We have Lou here is doing a nice half jack. John is our intermediate person today who's doing a quality jack there. And then we have Jack here who's doing our higher option. Your minute is up. Well done, folks. Moving on to our next one. So have a little breather, have a little bit of a drink. Get yourself ready for station number 5. Station number 5 is your tricep kickbacks. So remember, number 1 is Becky. Here, leaning forward. Look at that straight line down through the back. So again, from neck to hip, there's a straight line. Wide stance at the bottom to give stability. Lee is our intermediate. Wide stance again, using some weights. And then we have, Nathan, who's putting a hold in there. So the same movement as Lee had, a little bit slower, a little bit more controlled, but also a hold in there. And again, nice straight line, wide stance to work from, okay? Get yourself ready, and let's get ourselves ready to go. So you have a minute of this. Are you ready? And off you go. Now, worth noticing as well, I'm just going to come this way on so you can see. So have a look. Each of them has got those elbows tucked in. So the arms are going straight back. They're not coming out to the side. Becky, can you just show us a move taking it out to the side? So with the arms going outwards rather than... See the difference? Look there. And now the action is going into the shoulders rather than into the back of the arms. So keeping the elbows tucked in, you're isolating into the back of the arm, into the triceps. There we go. So Leah's the intermediate one. And again, controlled movement, utilizing a weight. And Nathan is taking it that level higher by pausing at the back. Now it's at the back you pause, not at the front. So at the back, when you pause there, the muscle's tense. Keeping the muscle tense for longer means we work it harder, okay? It's not always about speed. Sometimes it's about holds and pauses. Okay, lovely job. Well done, guys and gals. Let's move on to station number 6, down here. Just let them get out of the way for me. Okay, so station number 6 is our reverse flies in a standing position. So again, we have Rich, feet moving, shoulder height, no weight, and standing tall. We have Ben, who's leaning forwards. Have a look at the wider stance again. So again, can you see the difference between the feet? So Richard's feet are in line with his hips, in line with the shoulders here for Ben and for Ollie. And Ollie is putting that pause on the end again. So it's exactly the same as we did with the triceps. The difference between the intermediate and the higher level is that there's a pause in there. You could put a harder weight in there as well if you wanted to, but it's not always about that. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. So again, have a look at the shoulders. Okay, so in the mirror there, look, you can see those shoulder blades squeezing together for Rich. Yeah, that's the action you're looking for. And if you have a look at it from the front here, look, see how Benny's opening his chest. Same for Ollie, opening the chest. So by doing that, you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Okay, keep those feet moving. On this one alone, these two, the feet stay still. Remember, we want that base of support to work from. Keep breathing through it, and again, if you want to take a rest, do. Now, if you're going for this standing position, try and keep those arms at shoulder height. If you start to feel them drifting down, try and bring them back up. It's going to be a good workout on the shoulders as well. So if you need to take a rest, take a rest. In this slightly leaning forward position, you'll probably find that the arms won't drift down as much. Excellent. That's it. That's your minute. Well done. Moving on. Station number 7, our final one. This is our squat and overhead raise. This is our last one as well. Blimey, that circuit was quick that time. Fly by when you're having fun. Okay, so lower option, Jack there. Fluid movement up and down, back staying straight as it comes down, knees no further forward than shoes. Intermediate, we have Lee, and Lee's utilising weights there. Anyone for tennis? Lee's is utilising a weight there, feet flat on the floor, wide stance and coming up and down. And John is our higher level, who is going to take exactly the same move, but just have a look, it's a little bit faster. Okay? So those are your 3 options. Choose the one that you want. Get your stance correct. So have a look at the feet. Nice wide stance, about shoulders width. Are you ready? Let's go! Last minute. Come on, you can do this. I know you are starting to get tired, but just give us everything you've got for this last minute. Okay. Lovely job. Keep those arms movement. Keep it a nice fluid motion. So even though John is going a little bit faster here, it's still controlled. It's still fluid.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't look as though you're having a seizure, honestly. Okay. There we are again with Lee. Controlled movement. Back is staying straight. Chest is staying lifted. So we're hinging forward slightly, but we're not tipping our chest forward. We want to make sure the head stays above the heart level. And the knees stay soft as you come back up as well. This is your last 10 seconds. Come on, you can do this. Keep going, keep going. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Hold it there. Have a little march on the spot, have a walk around, get yourself a drink, get yourself hydrated again. That is your 2 circuits for today. Lots of stuff within there, lots of stuff you can utilize around the house, lots of movements that you can emulate throughout the whole of the day as well. Make sure you've warmed up properly first if you're going to do this again. Make sure you cool down afterwards. So everybody is having a walk around in here now. You can have a march on the spot, but you need to have around about 5 minutes at least cooling down. You want to be getting your breathing back to its normal level, okay, and your heart rate back down. So again, you want to be coming back down that Rpe scale to around about the 10 mark, 11, 10 mark, okay? Let's say everyone here is having a little walk around, so we'll get them to say hello as they go past again. Jack, there you go. Here comes Lee. You missed Lee last time, he was off having a drink last time. There's Ollie saying hello to you, look. And then we have Nathan, excuse me, and Ben. Richard there for you, look. Everyone's looking well. Here's Lou, look. An amazing wall sit from Lou twice today. And John, all well, all healthy. We've got another circuit for you next week. Next week's will be at a later time and a later day as well. So it's Wednesday, the 17th of June, and 6:15 in the evening. So you've got an evening slot. So if you're out at work, you know, you don't have to play it on catch-up. You can catch up with us live next Wednesday evening for your next circuit. Stay well, stay safe, everybody. Keep in touch with us as well. Let us have some feedback. So let us know how things are going for you, and if you want anything different. We want to hear from you. We want to hear how it's working, how you're doing, okay? And keep those comments coming back in. Take care, everybody. Look after yourself, and we'll see you all next week. Take care. Bye. See you soon.